It's 10,000 years ago. You're racing to your little hole in the side of a mountain with your little bushel of berries, maybe a slab of meat on your shoulder, when the howl of wolves echoes through the woods. Fear courses through your body. I'm gonna get eaten, because you will get eaten. The wolves are gonna rip your eyes out and use them as olives in their little daiquiris. Wolf daiquiris, look it up, it's a thing. Don't look it up, don't do that. You know, they'll use you as a cute little appetizer because the wolves are predators and you are their prey. Now let's fast forward a little bit to modern times and you hear a howl pierce the air. You race upstairs. It's Sparky, your husky Wawa, and he's howling because the neighborhood pugs are getting him all riled up. Oh gosh darn it, Sparky, you quiet down, and then you'd spend 30 minutes rubbing his soft little belly. How did we get here? From that to this? What's going on? The answer lies in tolerance. At some point, wolves and humans looked at each other and the humans were like, yo, you could eat me and I could make you into a jacket, or we could be best friends. Let's just get over this stuff and just get along. And they both went yes? They both said yes to that? Which is crazy. And now we got dogs. Like what? Like what a good move. Like 10 out of 10. 5 stars, like, what juice were you drinking? Daddy wants some. I want some of those 5-head brain cell moves. Like, what? Mwah, mwah, chef's kisses. Gordon Ramsay has nothing on that shit. But it's crazy when you think about it. Like, it doesn't actually make sense that it happened because studies have been done. They've tried to raise baby wolf pups to like domesticate them and listen to orders like dogs do, and it doesn't happen. The wolves are like, yo bro, you're real funny. Now get on the ground and bow to your master. They just start fighting for dominance, and they're generally unruly. They're wolves, they're wild. It's very different than Sparky the husky Wawa, or my dog, the treasure that is Mogion. Hi, Mr. Mogi-thon, Mr. Mogi, the treasure of the earth, king of the basement, and Lord of Belly Rubs, Mr. Mogion Trumpet the 7th. Don't know why his middle name's Trumpet. It wasn't 30 seconds ago, but it is now. It's happened. I can't change it. I said something, and it is law. It is law, Deborah. It is law. Anyway, humanity forcefully domesticating wolves. It's not likely. It doesn't make sense. And when you think about it, that tracks. Because you can't force tolerance. You can't make somebody tolerate somebody else. It is a path that must be chosen. And so at some point in our past, a wolf looked at humans, was like, hey, you know, they might be kind of cool. I might be able to get some good food off of them, and chose to trust them and tolerate them. And a human looked at this big wolf with jaws that could crush their skull and went, hey, you know, I think I can trust this person. I think we could get along. I think this could be my friend, and I'll name him Thunder Thighs, and we will go on adventures in the woods together. I know what I'm naming my next dog. Thunder Thighs, come here. What are you looking at, huh? He's amazing, huh? Fight me and my dog Thunder Thighs. You won't. And so over time, these wolves that got used to humans and tolerating them passed on genes that made them more likely to get along with humans. And the rest is history and adorable. It's great. Whoa, what a time we live in. What a time. Imagine if you were born during the time where we didn't have dogs. Like, what a bummer. We are in our peak. Like, everybody's like, oh, humanity had fallen from their golden laurels into the pit of despair. But they never talk about not having dogs, you know? Like, there's always, like, the bottom baseline. But he had his cute little corgi, and while he was really sad and living in a dystopian, mutant nightmare, his two-headed dog Rex kept him company. Like, we always got dogs. There is a level of okay that we will always be at because us and dogs are together. Us deciding to get along with each other has dramatically improved the lives of both dogs and humans. And like, let's be real, it would be good to be a dog. It would be chill. And you know, I've heard some people say like, oh God, you want to be a dog? A pathetic weak dog? You could be a wolf. Wolves are superior to dogs. Which, you know, I guess is true if like your only measurement of like superiority is who can win in a one-on-one fight, then yeah, wolves are better. Woo! But like, if you look at the statistics and the numbers of wolf populations versus dog populations, dogs are doing pretty well for themselves. Like, I don't think dogs need to complain about how they're doing. Wolves might. You know, those wolves who didn't get domesticated, they're like, yo, that was kind of a raw deal, man. I didn't realize it was either or. I didn't realize it was like, be domesticated or get wiped out. I didn't understand those were the terms of the contract my great-grandpappy was signing. I should have added like 100 more greats to that, but you get my point. And you know, it's important to note, 70% of those dogs are free-ranging, which means they live outside, either feral, or they live on a farm, or they like live in a village where everybody owns them. 70% of all those dogs live outside, to some extent wild. These are your sissy indoor dogs. No, these are big, burly outdoor dogs. They'll eat you. But how? Like we've already said, wolves are stronger. They're very intelligent. It's weird that dogs would outcompete wolves, because like physically wolves are superior. So how did the dogs do it? What was their trick? It's simple. Dogs joined in on humanity's social contract of tolerance. Now, you may have heard of the paradox of tolerance. I tolerate you and all of your beliefs and ideologies. And you appreciate that. But you have a religion that says anyone who wears a beanie needs to be burned at a stake. Now, if I say you can't believe that because then I'll be burned at a stake, I'm being intolerant of you and your ideology, which is fundamentally intolerant, right? And that's the paradox of tolerance. If you tolerate everybody, there's going to be some people who just aren't kind. All of that fixes itself when you stop thinking of tolerance as a moral issue. It's not about ethics. It's not about being the best person you can be. It is a social contract that we all just instantly sign when we join society. If I tolerate you and you tolerate me, we can just do the stuff that doesn't hurt each other. As long as I don't hurt you, I can do what I want. Social contract and tolerance. And I want to be clear, that's for everybody. The you is very broad. And see, dogs, they figure this out way before us, right? They'll tolerate people, they get along with people. But have you ever seen a dog that doesn't trust men? Or dogs who hate people wearing hats? Yeah, they probably ran into a dude who wasn't cool, or they got beaten up by a hat in an alleyway. So they learned not to trust those things. But, you know, I had a dog who didn't like men, and he learned to love me and my dad. It took him a bit. It took him a while for us to earn his trust, but it happened. He learned like, okay, not all of you are bad. And listen, I'm not saying we should hold each other to the standards of dogs, right? Like, they're dogs, we're people. We don't have to be like, oh, one man hurt me, they're all bad. But there is like a level of like understanding. I will be kind to you until I realize you're not kind to others. That's what the social contract is all about. Recognizing that tolerance is not an absolute. It can't afford to be, but rather a choice, a contract that we enter into together, and we trust each other to maintain it. And if one of us breaks it, we're outside of that circle of trust. Which is sad to say, but if somebody breaks that trust, we can no longer afford to tolerate them because of the harm they can cause to others, to all the people they don't tolerate. That's what the social contract is all about. Part of the contract is protecting everybody else within the contract, which is why dogs, they will go to bat for your fam. They're like, get out of my house. Listen, dude, they give me biscuits every morning. You don't take the TV. I'm in the social contract of tolerance. My dog says. That was a verbatim quote from when Robert came in. Thank you, Sparky. In conclusion, tolerance is hard. It's confusing, and it can be scary to tolerate what other people do and trust that they're not going to harm you. But I think we can take a note from dogs. Understand it's not about blindly accepting everybody, but giving them love until it's proven we can. And recognizing that we all have the responsibility to help each other in upholding tolerance as a society. Making sure everybody in our society is tolerated and loved. And doing that will provide us a framework of collaboration and protection where we can all feel safe to be who we are and do what we need to do to propel us far further than any of us could ever go on our own. And I mean, plus, who doesn't love giving their furry best friend a belly rub, right? So, just tolerate each other. Be like dogs, all right? Be like dogs and give your friends belly rubs if they ask for it. Don't just go do it. That's how you get bit.